Welcome, fellow thrill seekers, to Haunting Harbor TV, your portal to the darkest corners of the human experience. Join us on a journey into the unknown, where shadows dance and whispers linger. From ghostly encounters to unexplained mysteries, we delve deep into the realms of the supernatural. Buckle up and brace yourself for a roller coaster ride of fear and fascination. So, dim the lights, grab your popcorn, and let's explore the haunted depths together. Welcome to Haunting Harbor TV, where the darkness awaits. Yo, I never thought I'd be sharing this story, but it's been eating me up inside, and I gotta get it off my chest. Buckle up, 'cause this ain't no regular spooky tale. This is some real messed up stuff that happened to me, and it still gives me chills just thinking about it. So, it was a regular Friday night, and I was hanging out with my buddies at school, shooting the breeze, talking about whatever. Eventually, the conversation turned to ghost stories and creepy stuff, like it always does when you're trying to kill time. Little did I know, I was about to live out my own horror story. After we finished up, it was pretty late, and I needed to head home. My car wasn't the best, but it got me from A to B, so I didn't think much of it. As I started driving, I noticed something off about the night. It was darker than usual, like the shadows were swallowing up the light. I brushed it off, thinking it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. But then, I saw it. A figure standing by the side of the road, barely visible in the dim glow of my headlights. My heart started racing as I got closer, and I could see it was a guy, just standing there, staring blankly into the darkness. I should have kept driving, should have ignored him and gone on my way. But something compelled me to stop, to see if he needed help. So, against my better judgment, I pulled over and rolled down the window. "Hey, you okay?" I called out, trying to keep my voice steady. No response. The guy just kept staring, like he was in a trance or something. It was freaking me out, but I couldn't just leave him there. So I got out of the car and approached him slowly, my heart pounding in my chest. That's when things took a turn for the worse. As I got closer, I could see his face, twisted in a grotesque expression of rage. And before I could react, he lunged at me, his hands closing around my throat like a vice. I fought back with everything I had, but he was stronger than he looked. I could feel myself starting to black out, the world fading to black around me. But then, just as I thought it was all over, I heard a voice, distant and muffled through the darkness. "Hey, get away from him!" I don't know who it was or where they came from, but they saved my life that night. The attacker fled into the shadows, leaving me gasping for air on the cold pavement. I stumbled back to my car and peeled out of there, my hands shaking on the steering wheel. It wasn't until I got home that I realized just how close I'd come to death. I never found out who that guy was or why he attacked me, but one thing's for sure. I'll never forget the terror of that night, trapped in the darkness with no escape, and I pray to whatever higher power might be out there that I never have to experience anything like it again. The days that followed that terrifying night were filled with paranoia and anxiety. Every shadow seemed to hold a lurking threat, and every stranger I passed on the street made my heart race with fear. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, that whoever had attacked me was still out there, waiting to finish what they'd started. I tried to go about my life as normal, but the trauma of that night weighed heavily on my mind. I found it hard to concentrate in school, jumping at the slightest sound and constantly looking over my shoulder. My friends noticed the change in me, but no matter how hard they tried to reassure me, I couldn't shake the feeling of dread that consumed me. And then, just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, I received the news that shattered my world into pieces. The police had found a body, mutilated beyond recognition, in the woods not far from where I'd been attacked. The victim was a male, just like me, and the brutality of the murder sent shockwaves through our small town. I knew in my gut that it was the same guy who had attacked me that night, the same guy who had come so close to ending my life. The thought sent shivers down my spine, knowing that I could have been the one lying dead in those woods if it hadn't been for the stranger who had intervened. The police launched a full investigation into the murder, but despite their efforts, they never caught the killer. He remained at large, a shadowy figure lurking in the darkness, waiting for his next victim. And as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, I couldn't shake the feeling that he was still out there, watching and waiting, biding his time until he struck again. I wish I could say that I found some sort of closure, that I was able to move on from the horrors of that night and live my life without fear. But the truth is, the events of that night will haunt me forever, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurks just beyond the safety of the light. And as I lie awake at night, staring into the abyss of my own thoughts, I can't help but wonder if I'll ever truly be free from the terror that still grips me to this day. Thanks for joining us on this bone-chilling adventure at Haunting Harbor TV. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on our latest spine-tingling tales. Until next time, stay safe in the shadows.